Thank you, Dara.
Good evening, all. I am Aditi Ajit Kumar from IEEE SBGEC Palakkad, also an event coordinator of Let Me Speak debate competition. I welcome you all to Let Me Speak, which is held as part of Renaissance 2.0, an initiative by IEEE Kerala Section. Today, we all are here to witness the finals of Let Me Speak. We are extremely grateful to welcome today's judges to Let Me Speak. First, we have Mr. Rakshit Satish. He is currently a research scholar at Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He is also a Student Activities Committee member of IEEE CSSB Kharagpur section and also the former Technical Coordinator and Treasurer of IEEE SBGEC Palakkad in the years 2018-19 and 17-18 respectively. Sir, we welcome you to the judging panel of Let Me Speak. Next, we have Mr. Solomon Stabby. He is currently an incoming MTech student at Amrita University. He is also the former HSR of Malabar Hub. Solomon, sir, we welcome you wholeheartedly to the judging panel of Let Me Speak. Now I welcome all the participants and volunteers from the bottom of my heart. Without further delay, let us start the final match. Best wishes to all the participants. Now I welcome Ajidab Krishna, event coordinator, Let Me Speak, to explain the general guidelines. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So, good evening. My name is Ajita Krishna, ECC at IEEE ASP, also a volunteer at Renaissance 2.0. So, let us start the debate. I'll just go through the instructions once more. So, the basic instructions are please keep your mic muted unless it's your turn. Please make sure that you have a stable internet connection. Please switch on your videos throughout your match and audios only when you're speaking. Each participant should ensure that all their team members have joined the meet at the right time in order to avoid delays. And do ensure that your points are clear and valid. There cannot be any interruption. Speaker must wait for their turns. So that's it about the instructions. And now we're going for the match details. So the match details, first round is introduction round, which is of 6 minutes, and the first 3 minutes will go for the motion, and the next 3 minutes will go for against the motion. And next is the battle round, which is of 12 minutes, and the first 2 minutes will go for the motion, and then 2 minutes will go for against the motion, and then 2 minutes for the motion, and so on. Now, next, the third round is, last round is conclusion round. It's of 4 minutes, in which each team gets 2 minutes. So that's it. So let's go with the first match. Between the final is between LPS College of Engineering Kasaragod and College of Engineering Pune. So the leader of LPS College of Engineering, can you please report?
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
Okay, fine. Can you please share the screen for the coin toss?
Yeah, 1 second, Ajidab. Yeah, I hope this is visible.
Yeah, it's just me.
So are we ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, then heads it is. So you can select whether you can go for the motion or against the motion.
We'll be speaking against the motion.
So LPS College can go for against the motion, and Pune and College of Engineering Pune will go for the motion. So I think I play with the topic. Laws can keep up with today's internet technology. So the 4 team, you're ready?
Wait. Yes, we are ready.
So the first round is introduction round, which is of 3 minutes each. So you can start now.
So, good evening, and we represent College of Engineering Pune, and we are representing against the motion, which is law can keep up with today's internet technology. So, Thomas Aquinas stated that law is a form of an ordinance of reason for the greater good, and it is created by people who care for the community. So when it comes to cyber world, it is very huge. The jurisdiction is huge, and the crimes get reported gets increased every single day. So, and the law book right now, it's a statute of laws, and it is outdated, so outdated. And so you can imagine how outdated our cyber laws will be. Our cyber laws is said to be 5 years outdated, but is it possible to keep up with the modern technology? It is. So with the growth of technology which follows Moore's law, it is possible, and it already exists. The thing is that we as a society, the government is not planning to implement it, because there are two kinds of people doing this. To blame for this, one kind is does one the data breach, make use of it, make use of it. The other side wants to wants to protect their data and all. So wherever you search, the dark, deep, or the huge web, your trace will be found. It is kind of like the carbon footprints. It will be there. So, for example, Cheng Li, a case in US, he was found buying Rexin from the dark web, and he was found by the Interpol because of his traces. And even IRS special agents uses Google softwares, Google search engines. They used advanced search tools to find crime details. And cybercrime investigators, the people who investigate crimes are cyber crimes are called cybercrime investigators. The thing is that they get metadata, they get the data about your WhatsApp chats, everything. Even though WhatsApp chats are end-to-end encrypted, there are many ways to decrypt it if you get legal permission, like encryption. Encryption is done by cryptographic keys, and these cryptographic keys, these keys will be available by legal sources, and these keys are made by NIST rules and all. And there are ways like brute force, encryption backdoors and all. So Mark Hanley. So the next thing that that acts as a barrier when it comes to cybersecurity is the laws, that law offices, that they are not updated. The thing is that Mark Hanley is a Dallas firm in the US. Their brand name is that they are the 21st century law firm, that they are so updated that they can keep up with today's technology. And there are model ABA rules, professional conduct rules, and there was a case of Poly Network finding the lost money, which was stolen by the hackers.
I think the time is up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So the against team, you're ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, you can start now.
One second. Yeah, I guess we're good to go.
Okay, go on.
Greetings, I'm Varun Vinay from IEEE FLBS College of Engineering, and I am a team with Abhijit who will be speaking against the motion on the topic laws can keep up with the current internet technology. So let me just start by stating that internet today is moving at a pace so fast it's hard for people to keep track. I'm talking about the tech savvy people, and even for them, it's really hard to keep up with the way technology is progressing. And what we're talking about is laws, the constitution, the laws that are set for a generation, for an era that was not in the internet ages. Our rules, our constitution is set almost 70 years back, and that is for a system where things happen in a bookkeeping or a office manner. Right now, everything happens on the internet. So with changing times, we need changing rules, because what happens if we try to just stick with the present rule, and if that tries to catch up, that is through amendments. It has to happen in a haste. It is done in a quick manner so that the changes are implemented but not fully considered about the impact. That is what leads to a lot of issues. Let me just bring to light on this topic, the Patriot Act of the US. This was implemented after the 9/11 terror attack. The aim being to avoid another terror attack in the nation. But this is a technology law that was passed in a haste after the terror attack, the aim of the government being to maintain control and to keep power. But everybody who knows the Patriot Act knows that it was a breach of privacy. It opened back doors to everybody's individual data, saying that your security is more important than your privacy, giving everybody access to all your data. The government could have surveillance all over you, no matter what you're doing, and all this in the name of security. Now, this is a perfect example of what happens when the law tries to catch up with technology, because this law was not built for an internet era. The law, the constitution we follow in our nation or almost every other nation was not built for an era. Nobody back 70 years ago saw a future where everything was happening online. Be it money transfer, anybody can send money through a mobile application to anyone in the world. Nobody saw such a future coming, and now we are in that future. And for that future, we need the laws of the time. Following something that was set for a different era and trying to implement it in this situation is trying to push it too hard and can end up leading to a breakdown or a complete collapse of the legal system instead of betterment of the law. Also, this will only lead to further issues because the more amendments we try to build fit into the constitution, there will be contradictions. So the basic solution will be to have a whole new set of laws for technology, a completely revamped one, keeping into consideration where technology is going in the present era. That is our opening remarks. Thank you.
So that's it for the introduction round. So the next is battle round, which consists of 12 minutes, and the first minute will go for the motion for 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes for against the motion, and so on. So I think it's clear. So the 14, you're ready with your first point.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you
Hello?
are. Yes, you are. So you can start now.
Nowadays, internet technology has been advanced beyond leaps and bounds. It is not that the laws cannot catch up with the internet. The laws have been catching up with the internet technology because you can see that larger the capabilities of the internet, the crimes will be larger. The law is being constantly amended every time and every day just to keep up with the internet. It is true that the laws cannot predict the future, but the laws can or create a situation where possible crimes cannot happen in the future. And now there are trace labs for finding cyber criminals who are hackers. Those trace lab experts, those who know they work inside the system and they know how to flush out these hackers, track their IP addresses, and bring them to justice. Nowadays, in internet technology, we are all familiar with the word hacking and data stealing. But now, then there are a lot of data theft has been happened around there, and the country has enforced so many laws to prevent data theft and hacking. A few years back, we didn't even know about the data brokering. Nowadays, if you search for any, let me take an example for if we search for a laptop on any online shopping apps, we will get and feed, we will get and short ad on any social media websites or apps that we may visit later. But some of them had been made legal by the law, and some of them had been categorized as illegal. So
So that was it. So the against team, now it's your turn. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
You can
So-
start now.
Yes. What the opposition said in the last minutes clearly says how much our laws is outdated in our current society. Because as we mentioned in our beginning, that the 17 years old law, which can't be followed now, because when we talk to a man which is 17 years older than me, we know that generation gap, how much he knows and how much I knows about the technology. The same human beings created that law in the book, maybe in the 17 years back. So how can we live in this present world by following that same laws? as the opposition mentioned, the so much of criminals or crimes are reported in this through this internet era. So, but why it is happening? Because our law is not that much updated for these type of crimes or for this criminal this. So that's the matter actually. A law that is written 17 years, I'm actually talking about the IT Act of India, IT Act of 2000, which does not have as much of possibilities of crime which may happen in the future. So all we can do is to accept the change and move on. So if the law does not accept the change, how can we move on with this type of technologies? Because last week I see a report, I don't remember which court it is. One judge ordered that the WhatsApp chat is not an evidence for the crime. How can we say in this present world WhatsApp chat is not an evidence? Because we all communicate through the WhatsApp and other social media. So how can we say it seems so weird, you know? So that's my primary view.
So that was it. And now the 14, it's now your turn. You ready?
Can you start?
Yes, sure.
Yes, US Patriotic Act, which was taken in 2011 during the 9/11 Act, was a hastily made decision. I agree with you. The thing is that there are, but now it can be used as a data breach thing, but it helped them to catch many criminals like Cheng Li and many people. For example, how Poly Network came up with an idea of taking back the stored cryptocurrencies back from the hackers, and which was worth around 600 million. Then there are new rules coming up like model AVA rules, model rules of professional conduct. There are many rules coming up. The thing is that even our traditional rules are so outdated. Even Nirbhaya case got its rightful justice after 7 years. So we can't expect a sudden sense of improvement from cyber security laws. The thing is that it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow as a tortoise. We have always been like that. Our laws have always been like that. The judiciary takes everything slow. So, and the only change that we can do is take a step forward and fight against it. The thing is that the other thing which is mentioned, the WhatsApp chat is actually taken as an evidence. Maybe not. Maybe because it is not solid. As solid or concrete proof, but it can be taken as evidences, and especially when it is long and it is clear that the person, the criminal, has committed this, it will be taken as a proof. Especially in the US and UK and all, it is taken as a proof. I read it, and yeah. So especially when you're there are metadata, even though you can't find anything in the chats, there are metadata which talks about your location, your number of messages you send, your IP address, everything. So from the number of the minutes you spend online and etc. Thank you.
Okay, so that was it. So the against team, you turn.
Okay.
Now,
So the opposition has raised the scenario of cryptocurrencies and all. So I will ask you what the stand of Indian government to the cryptocurrencies. It's actually weird, you know. You think it will be the same law after, what if the same law exists for next 50 years? All other countries are using the cryptocurrencies for all exchanges, and India is still saying the cryptocurrency is not safe. It's of something without above our logic or anything like that. So our laws must be changed or amended for our convenience. What the laws are built is for the human convenience and for the societal progress and for the nation's building. So how can it be said that the same laws can be used for every technology progression? I think no MNCs will be there in the country. I'm not talking about India or which country that that are not able to amend their laws or change their information technology acts. There will be no MNCs coming there because they will go to the place where they have opportunities, you know, because the technology is improving in that much speed. So we still are saying our laws are precious and our laws are built by someone who can look into the next 100 years of India. I don't think it's in the practical world, it will not be meaning. So that's my concern, that laws must be changed. As I said before, just accept the change. I'm not talking everything should be changed. I'm not talking like that. For the convenience of the society and for the improvement of our nation and our citizens, the laws must be changed. And for the and in the case of individuals also, it must be changed. And I will be come to that point in the next.
Okay, so report team, you ready with your point? Report team, it's your last 2 minutes.
Yes.
You can start.
Yeah. As my friend here said, the law needs to be changed. Yes, definitely the law needs to be changed, but there are laws nowadays. The laws are mainly bills are being amended nowadays just to keep track with the internet. It's not that MNCs won't come here. They want MNCs, the only portion of MNCs invest in cryptocurrencies, and the cryptocurrency, and most of the entrepreneurs nowadays invest in cryptocurrencies. But in a country like India, cryptocurrencies cannot be practical, because most of the people, or the civilians of India, are basically poor people. If you go to North India or northern parts of the country, you can see that people live in poverty. They do not understand cryptocurrency, or they do not even know how to use the internet properly. So India is not ready to take a step towards cryptocurrency and things like that. First of all, the most of the thefts happening in India are basically not money based. They are basically access denied attacks or work service providers, because of raids and public protests. For example, you can say that some time back, Kerala police's website was shut down by Kerala cyber warriors protesting against there are laws, but Kerala police could not catch them because they can because they were inefficient, because they do not have the personnel or the kind of information to catch them. They had the laws to catch them. There were laws against access development that you want a government site, on a public service site.
Okay, so the against team, it's your last 2 minutes in the battle round. So
Okay.
you can start.
Okay, talking about the law changes, before that, I'd like to bring focus on what the opposition made a point in the previous term. They called the legal system a tortoise. That is exactly our point. The present legal system is a tortoise. It's going really slow, and you're pitching it on a race against a cheetah. The way the technology is progressing, the internet technology is moving rapidly. What took centuries of development is happening in years. It's not a long scale now. The technology is running at such a high pace, and we're trying to catch up with the tortoise. That's exactly the point. The current law system, agreed, the entire legal system is one that is time consuming, but that's a whole topic for a different debate. But talking about technology, keeping technology in the center focus, every 5 or 10 years, technology is moving, it's taking leaps. We're moved from the 3G to the 4G to the 5G era. Every decade, we're moving ahead, and internet connectivity is only going to spread. It's here to stay. That is something that is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So for something like that, we need the rules to control that. These laws are set for regulating the technology, for keeping things in control, for keeping things in check, so that the companies or the technology giants do not manipulate or misuse people. Also, we have had amendments, as the opposition mentioned, the scope amendments. Agreed, but the Indian IT Act of 2000 was later amended, and right now we have a 2021 amendment. But that is something that takes so much time. An amendment comes not every 2 years or 5 years. It takes a lot of time for the amendments, and the amendments are done in a haste because the base we are constructing on something. Our constitution was set for an era that was not a technological era. So we're trying to construct on a base that is not built for this era. We're building on something of the 20th century in the 21st century, and that is only going to lead to a collapse. So we totally do need for something like a revamped system for the laws to control technology.
Okay, so that was the end of the battle round. So now next go to the conclusion round. So consists of 4 minutes. Each team gets 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes will go for the motion, and next 2 minutes will go for against the motion. So the 4 team, you ready for your conclusion round?
Yes.
Okay, you can start now.
So I'll conclude my words by saying, firstly, cryptocurrencies are not banned. It was banned first because it was couldn't be regulated by the Indian government and to avoid fraud activities and all. But right now it is legal, but under certain guidelines. So yeah, then how see as Varun said, the law is slow and it's going to take years to bring up the better laws. Even our traditional laws are slow, so I don't expect it to grow over the years in the cyber field. So the thing we can do is protect ourselves by installing firewalls, strong passwords, etc. And also as this generation trying for the freedom inside the internet world in the cyberspace, and also making the governments or the people in position to make rules and regulations for safety in this cyberspace. So there is almost around 30 quintillion data available in the internet. It can be done anything. It has huge marketing potential. It is necessary to have rules and regulations to safeguard it. And even if in the way people approach it should also change, that when you say that your data can be breached, they accuse you that, yeah, you must be hiding something. That way of speech and that way of looking at the situation should also change, I think. So even there is a Silicon Valley thought that move fast and break things. It shouldn't definitely break laws, but yeah, move fast, and the laws should also move fast. You should also evolve. Your technology also should evolve. Safety, that the cyberspace, everything, it should evolve as we are going forward, and we don't have any time to look on our decisions and or change it or anything. We have to make changes for the betterment. Thank you.
So that was it. So the against team, you ready with your point?
Yeah, we're ready.
You can
So
start.
So for the concluding remarks, I'd like to highlight that the question we should be asking is, at what cost? At what cost are we willing to let the law go slow when technology is going super fast? At what cost are we willing to take a risk that the law will catch up when technology has already reached miles ahead? That is the question. That is what we should ponder upon. And agree, the traditional laws do take time. That is true. But accepting that this is how the law works, it will take time, is not what we have to do. We should push forward. We should strive to get laws that happen faster. We need to bring forward new regulations, new rules, an entire new set of laws that are set in the 21st century, focusing on technology, focusing on the internet, so that everything can be happening at a faster pace. We can't just sit back and relax thinking that this is how the law has always been. Technology has been fast, law has been slow. Law has always been slow. It takes years for decisions to come out on a case. We can't sit back and relax because the things that are happening on the internet are affecting our lives right now. It's not something that we can wait for 20 years later to see what judgment will be passed, because this is happening in the present. We're living in the present, and we need laws that can happen quickly, not in a speedy way such that it's flawed, but faster so that it's perfect. Because we cannot wait for justice. It is going to take time. If we just sit back and relax that, it is going to take time. This is how it is. Maybe it will take 20 years for all the money that was stolen from my account through online media to come back. No, we need regulations that can control and act at the moment, right now. That is the need of the hour. And so we cannot sit back and relax. It will take time. We have to make it faster. So we need to put forward new set of laws, because the present laws are not going to catch up. It's 70 years old, the base, and it is trying to catch up with something that's in the new gen and something that's here to stay. And it is going to lose the race if it tries to catch up. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the end of the debate. So it was an amazing debate. And now, so judges, I request you to give some feedbacks for them of your performance. Also, any kind of points or development are also welcome.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So overall, it was an excellent debate. Like everyone had a strong introduction, strong validation of their points, and a very strong conclusion. This is like a perfect debate for me. But you could have also added so many things. Like it's awesome that you have added blockchain and decentralization, all that stuff, and also the data security part. Can I ask you something? Are you aware of the GDPR violations and all? It's okay if not. It could have been added. That is that rules are all for the data security. How the user should have right to access, right to know that how company is using the data and all. So that is something you could have added. And one more thing was that you could also have added the social media part. How social media is influencing our lives, so that how rules can be changed within these mediums. That's it. But overall, it was a very good debate. Thank you. I'll share the marks.
Yeah. Hi. I hope I'm audible. So, like Solomon said, this was a really good debate, worthy of a final. Like I can both the contests, both the teams are really good. So, as he mentioned, like you could have covered a lot of points, but you missed out on most of it. Like you could have focused more on privacy, especially in the current scenario. You did touch upon it, but it could have been, you could have did more research on that. It could have been more factual. The reasoning could have been strong. There, I did find a bit of lacking from both the team. It was more like one person say something and the other said, no, it's not that way. But you didn't, the counter arguments were not strong for both the teams. So the reasoning part, I think, was not as good as the previous time both the teams encountered. So that's it. And all the best for both the teams.
Thank you, sir.
With that, we come to an end to Let Me Speak debate competition. Thanks to all the participants for your active participation. The final results will be announced soon through WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Rakshit sir and Solomon sir, for your valuable judgment in spite of your busy schedules. Now, I thank our audience for spending your valuable time here with us. I also thank all the coordinators who helped us to make Let Me Speak a great success. Now, I request all of you to kindly switch on your videos so that we can take a screenshot. Participants, judges, coordinators, and everyone, please switch on your videos.
So hey guys, so let's do it the traditional way. Let's count 3 to IEEE. Okay, so let's go now. If everybody's ready, all set. So 3, 2, 1, IEEE. One second, keep posing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you all once again. You may leave now.
Thank you.